So I'm well aware that in these videos, when I talk about the next Saints Row game, presumably Saints Row 5, you guys can hear the excitement, the enthusiasm in my voice. And there are some people who see how excited I am for a game that hasn't even been officially revealed yet. It's only just been announced that it's happening, and they don't want me to be excited about it. But dude, I am. And a lot of people, they even say in the comments, why are you so excited about this? Saints Row's dead. And I talked about that last week. We'll leave that where it is. But today I just want to talk about why I'm so excited for this next entry in the Saints Row franchise. First off, the potential. This game has some serious potential, and I think it knows it. That's why it's taking so long, not only for it to come out, but for it to be formally revealed. And I know the pandemic has a huge thing to do with that. That's why it's been so long before we've seen it. But I also do believe they're taking extra time to make sure that this is the best Saints Row game ever made. I think they know here that they have a market of open world gamers who were disappointed by Cyberpunk. A large group of us, not everybody, but a large group had a lot of hype going for Cyberpunk and was let down. I think they also know that Rockstar's out there milking GTA 5, so they have a chance to really freshen things up with a brand new game to please this starving market of fans who hasn't been proud and honestly really happy with an open world game in a while here. And I know there's going to be a few people here, so I love Far Cry 5, I like this game, I like that game, but I'm talking about a super smash hit that is almost universally loved, and they know that they can hit that home run. And I know people in the comments are going to bring up Red Dead Redemption 2. Dude, these are two completely different worlds, okay? Not even comparable. And I love RDR2. It's one of my favorite games of all time, period. End of discussion. But Saints Row 5 on a new generation of consoles with a ton of power. We've already heard about all the developers who say they love these new dev kits for the next-gen consoles. They could really make something special here. And I know I talk about this a ton, but the fact that they started development on this game in 2017, right after Agents of Mayhem came out, now gives it at least 4 years of dev time, which is a lot for a Saints Row game. Like from SR2 to 3, 2008 to 2011, you got 3 years. Then from SR3 to SR4, 2011 to 2013, you've got 2 years. So this extra dev time, again, I know is largely due to the pandemic, but I also do strongly believe it's because they're taking this extra time to make the game epic. And speaking of Agents of Mayhem, that game flopped so hard that it almost put the studio out of business, okay? It was such a huge flop, all the layoffs and everything. It sold not even close to what they were projecting and hoping it would. So they know here that they cannot screw this one up. And that's another reason I'm so excited for it. They can't really afford to take a risk and go against the fans' wishes here. But now that they realize that that did not work and they need a success here as a studio, they go back to Saints Row. And the interesting thing here is that remember a few years back, it's actually been a while now, when THQ went bankrupt? So that kind of split everybody who made Saints Row in a bunch of different directions. But a few years back, Nordic Games bought Volition, and Nordic Games then became, you know what it became? THQ Nordic. So now the reunion of Volition with Saints Row and THQ in some kind of capacity, it's almost like a second lease on life here. So Volition now has the opportunity to revive a series that's been dormant for many years, and they know they gotta do a good job for it. Alright, for my next point here, I want to ask you guys, have you seen The Witcher on Netflix? And you know why I bring that up? Because that Netflix series has been an absolutely massive hit. And because of how big that series was, you know how many people went and played The Witcher 3 either right before the series came out to prepare themselves or after to kind of re-immerse themselves in the world of The Witcher? A lot, and that is a ton of extra money. And the reason I bring that up is because companies are wanting to do that now. Even CD Projekt Red with Cyberpunk. I know a lot of people might not want to hear this, but there's gonna be a Netflix series coming out for Cyberpunk in the near future here. And the reason I bring this up is because Volition knows damn well that if this game is a smash hit slam dunk, that they can branch out and make a ton of more Saints Row games, Saints Row TV shows, and we already know that there's a Saints Row movie in development as well. So they're well aware that a huge success coming from one single game can really explode the franchise in a bunch of different directions. And in terms of marketing, this is just a gigantic opportunity for them, because you can bring back fans who are nostalgic, who maybe grew up with Saints Row or played it when it first came out, and you can touch a whole new demographic of fans and bring in a whole bunch of new people who can fall in love with this franchise. Up next, I want to bring up the Twitter involvement of Volition, because on the daily, these guys are going on this Bird app and responding to fans, eager fans, about the next Saints Row game. And of course, they do often reiterate the same thing over and over and over again, which I feel bad for them sometimes. They honestly basically just say a new Saints Row game is in development every time, and they also confirm the development timeline so far, because that's all they're really allowed to tell us. But how many other developers do you know are willing to respond to fans, not once, not twice, but pretty much every single day, to really keep the Saints Row talk alive and the Saints Row IP alive until they're ready to show off the next game? Like, if I went on Twitter right now, I put at Rockstar Games and I tweeted them asking them about GTA 6, you really think I would get an answer? I bet you my life savings, if I went and tweeted this out at Rockstar right now, I would get no answer. Which, by the way, share this video on Twitter with Volition. I want to see what happens if we get some kind of answer from it, because I know they might not answer it because they're not allowed to really share any new information, but I want to see what they would say if they saw this video, because I know that sometimes they do watch these videos. But yeah, guys, that's why I'm so pumped and hyped for Saints Row 5. I cannot wait for this. And I know a large group of the people who follow this channel are in that exact same boat, and that's why I love you guys so much. And you know I'll be down there in the comments reading it as usual. I get a ton nowadays, but it's so awesome to have like a community of people who's hyped up about this next Saints Row game as much as we are. I love it. I'm trying to become the #1 source of Saints Row 5 information, news, anything what comes out with leaks or anything like that. So if you guys could help me do that by liking this video, subscribing, sharing this video if you can, as much as possible, I truly, really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for everything, and I'll see you guys in the next one.